Okay, today I'm going to show you how to do an in the hoop pot holder. This one will take a little bit of hand stitching or glue at the end because it's going to be turned right side out. Hoop cutaway stabilizer. Okay, stitch the placement line, and this placement line is for the batting. Okay, cover it with batting. I use 2 layers, and then send it to the machine for the tack down. Now trim the batting, and because I do 2 layers, it makes it easier for me to trim 1 layer at a time. And the reason you trim the batting before you put your fabric on is so you don't have all that thickness when you're doing your final stitching and turning outside right. Okay, once your batting's all trimmed, cover it with your fabric face side up, making sure you have at least a 1/2 inch of extra fabric all the way around. So when you trim it and turn it inside out, it doesn't fall apart. Now send it over to the machine and do the tack down. Okay, once it does the tack down, it will do a placement stitch for your hanging tab. See the placement stitch in black? Okay, now take your piece of whatever you're going to use to hang it and place it over the placement stitch and tape it in place. Okay, and then do the tack down. Okay, it's did the tack down. Now this part's important. Okay, now remove that piece of tape and fold this out of the way, so when it does the design on the flip-flop, it doesn't get stitched down. Now send it over to the machine and it will do the design within the flip-flop. Okay, once all the design part is stitched, which is quite mesmerizing, it will stitch a placement line for your ribbon. I made it a little wider here, longer, so you could actually see it. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Where is it? It's the black line right there. Okay, so you're going to take your other fabric or stuff that you want, and it's going to go across it like this. You kind of want it angled a little bit like this. Okay, tape it down, or I'm just going to hold it, tape it down, send it over, and do the tack down. Okay, see, it's done the tack down. Now you're going to take this piece. After it does this tack down, it does a placement stitch for this side of the thong. Okay, so you're going to tape this over here, and then you're going to stitch the tack down. Okay, once that's done, it will stitch the placement line for the other side. Now you move the other side over there and then send it over the machine, and it'll do the tack down. Okay, now it's done all that. Now make sure you untape this and maybe tape it down. Don't forget to do that. It's very important. Now cover the top of it with fabric. Make sure when you cover it, you have a 1/2 inch top and bottom all the way around. Okay, at the bottom, and sides, and your fabric goes face down. Okay, all right, send it for the final stitch. Okay, there you have it. It's stitched. It's got a gap right here for flipping. Remove it from the hoop and trim. Now, so you don't forget to leave extra here, the first thing, cut towards your opening there on both sides. You want about 1 inch for tuck in there. Okay, then go around and cut the rest of it, 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch all the way around, like so. Okay, there you go. I like to make my little slits around the edge curves, so it lays nicely. Do that around the curves, both ends of the flip-flop, and anything that I have that has curves. Okay, just make sure you don't go up. Just make sure you don't go up too far and cut the seam. Okay, Now you're going to turn it right side out. Okay. Just be careful you don't rip the fabric or the stitches, you know, around the edges. You know. Now, depending on when you flipped it right side out, where sometimes the thongs might be on the other side. Don't freak out if it doesn't seem to lay right. It just means you need to flip them over to the other side. Not a big deal, right? Okay, now I go in here with my paintbrush handle and I push everything out the way it should be, all the way around. Now once it's all done, you can tuck your corners in that you found and you'll see your stitch line. That's what you match up to, right? I like to glue mine before I sew, so I know it's, so I know. Okay, so tuck that in there, glue it. I hate when the camera goes off. Got my little wonder clips, tuck that under there like that. And there you have it, okay? And there. Now let it dry. Now what you can do, now that it's all done, you can go around and do a stitch all the way around the edge here, because obviously once that glue is not going to last forever. Okay? Thank you.